whose bidding is proof. The peace unlike any has ever known. Sweet energy, enchanted vibes, something like home. A peace unlike any has ever known. Sweet energy, enchanted vibes, something like home. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yet still mystery to those unaware whose eyes are...
Hello, welcome to Blood Moon Oracle today. I hope you guys are well. Today we are here to speak to the air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I hope you guys are well today. My name is Leticia and the channel is Blood Moon Oracle. So like, share, comment. If this is your first time, feel free to subscribe. If this is your thing, hit the bell if you feel led to do that so you'll be notified whenever we post new content. Welcome if this is your first time. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. I did prepare my space and cleansed my decks by reshuffling. Let's see what comes out. And we're going to actually start for, let's see, Libra. We're going to start with Libra. Let Libra lead today. Hi, Libra. How are you? Libra. What's going on with you, Libra, right now? Basically, we're taking a look at what's happening for you right now and see what that is. For Libra. All right. Lots came out for you, Libra. I hope you guys are well. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. All right. So Libra, hope you guys are well. Let's take a look for you. I'm using a few different Oracle decks, my T deck, my What's the Vibe, and then we're going to get some abundance energy at the end for you. So first of all, we have Woman coming out here. Beetle coming out here. And Teapot, Libra. So Woman, Beetle, and Teapot. So I feel like you have a connection possibly, Libra, to a woman. This may be someone that carries, it feels like someone with a very beautiful energy, a very beautiful spirit. This woman does add value to your life. Any woman that carries this kind of energy would absolutely add value, not only to your life, but to any environment that they're added to, that they're placed in. She carries a lot of value. And Beetle is all about good fortune, and Teapot is all about a deepening relationship, friendship. And this could be of someone of the same sex. It doesn't have to be. It could be someone of the opposite sex. And so you could be a woman that have a friendship with another woman. That friendship is actually deepening. There's a lot of value in this relationship. I'm also getting the vibe too that this could be a regular friendship. This could be a relationship as well. But there's something about having connection with a woman that brings a lot of beauty to your life. Yeah. So you may have a female friend that is, that's your ride or die, your ace boom. If she isn't yet, she's becoming that. Okay. I also have nurturing coming out here. Vacay. Boundaries. And masked. So what's coming out here for me, Libra, is that though this is a very nurturing relationship, a nurturing connection, there is, I don't care if you have the most beautiful relationship, there is a need for boundaries in that relationship. I've met some of the nicest people, and sometimes I want to be that person that's super nice, and I want to see everybody whole and complete and full and having all their needs. But at the end of the day, there's boundaries that are necessary. Not everybody's like that. Not everybody wants to see the good for you. Not everybody has your best intentions at heart. Even though this is a beautiful connection that I'm feeling here, there's still a need for boundaries, okay? Standards and boundaries not only protect you, but it protects the other person as well. It helps the relationship to stay in perspective and to flourish in the way that's going to be beneficial. And so this might be a very nurturing relationship, but boundaries are necessary. Yeah, there needs to be standards put in place from both sides so that it doesn't get to a place where it becomes like a draining type of connection. You ever have those connections where there was a lack of boundaries? Either it was your boundaries weren't being respected, or maybe you didn't respect the other person's boundaries, and it became like a nuisance. It became like a draining experience, right? And so that's why boundaries are necessary. This could also show up as like giving space sometimes. The most beautiful and amazing person needs space too, you know? And I think space works in a couple of different ways. It gives the person room to rest and to connect with themselves, but it also allows the respect to grow too from both aspects. It's a strange thing, you know, even when in relationships, they say that absence makes the heart grow fonder, to give the person a moment to miss you, you know, not to always have to be there. Give them a moment to miss you. And if it's meant to be, there's nothing to worry about. Friendships, relationships, connections. If it's meant to be, there's nothing to worry about. There's no reason to be insecure or jealous, right? Part of respecting ourselves is understanding that, right? And so I do feel like this is a very nurturing relationship. You could be learning something from this person. This person could be teaching you a lot. This is something where there's like an exchange of wisdom in some type of way. This might be some type of mentoring dynamic that you have. I feel like there also maybe you're on vacation with this person or planning a vacation, some type of getaway. I see that energy coming in for you as well. This person may be taking a vacation by themselves to get away. There's something about moving away for a moment in vacate energy. And but the other thing that's coming up is the importance of being your authentic self. If you want this relationship to thrive, Libra, it's important to be your authentic self. And you may not be very fond of your authentic self. Other people may see you as this amazing person, but you know you better than anybody. Like, you know your flaws and some of the things that you need to work with. That doesn't mean that you can't show up as your authentic self. What that says is if there's things about you that you don't like, it's your responsibility to change them so that you can stand in your authenticity. It's okay to say, I'm working on this. I know this is a character flaw that I have, but I'm currently healing that. I'm currently working on that. I'm doing the work to change that pattern or to change that behavior, to move myself out of that cycle. But there's something very important I hear that is crucial for this to deepen and work and to solidify into something that's good. And that's being able to show up, take off any masks, not trying to be somebody that you're not, because that'll never work. Sooner or later, the real you will come out. And so there's something here about that. I do feel like you have the opportunity here to connect very beautifully with someone. And it's a feminine energy. But let's see what's going on for you, Libra. Thank you for stopping by. So what's going on with Libra spirit? What's happening with Libra? All right, I have the Page of Cups coming out for you, Libra. This does feel like maybe new love, or maybe you're not very experienced with love. This person may make you feel a little, out of your comfort zone. My screen has been darkening a lot lately. I'm not sure what that is about, but hopefully it's okay. Let's see. We can add some more light. The Page of Cups comes out. This is the energy that you're in. I feel like this is new. There's something about the connection that makes you feel new. Like this is something that you may, not that bright, that you may have to grow into. Ooh, that's bright. I don't know. Maybe we don't need the extra light. Okay, we'll just keep it as it is. But there's something here about this experience that may bring out the best in you. It may make you want to show up as your best self. Even though you may not have a lot of experience in this connection, Um, it makes you feel a little bit unready or unversed, right? A little bit young at heart or young at experience, but that doesn't mean that you can't show up as your authentic self, because those that are called to you not only will accept you as you are, but will also serve to help you grow, right? And so this might be someone who is willing to embrace that with you, Libra. I see you in this energy. This could be someone who is very sensual. I see a lot of flowers in this situation that may be very significant. I see music. Music may be very significant. This could be a Taurus. I don't know why I'm getting that. This could definitely be a Taurus that you're dealing with, but you are in this energy. I'm getting young love. I have the Empress coming out, which is Libra energy. You could be dealing with another Libra. And there's something about where you are. The situation itself is one that is open and ready to receive what you have, your best self, your most authentic self. And this is a part where you get to really grow into trusting who you are. That's really important. I'm getting that here. Trusting who you are. And you can sometimes feel that, as much as we try to hide it, you can feel it when somebody is not really fully trusting themselves. This is an opportunity for you to step into that energy and say, you know what? I'm just going to trust the situation, bring my best self, put my best foot forward, and work on the rest. We're all doing that. Sometimes we see the other person as this perfect picture and just flawless. Nothing's wrong, but they're working on things too. And there's a bit of grace that we need to share with them too, especially with disappointments. Whenever you're dealing with people, relationships, there's going to be things that may disappoint us. It's finding those people that are worthy of growing with and working with. Friendships, relationships, right? But there's something about this situation that's open and it's beautiful. It's a very beautiful, trusting, very nurturing environment or situation that this is. It's beautiful. I'm feeling it. It's just full of love and passion and desire as well. And so I don't know if somebody is pregnant. I don't know why I'm getting that for someone. Someone could be pregnant and carrying child. If it's not a child, someone could be giving birth to some kind of idea that they have in this connection. You could be helping them to give birth to that idea, right? Either or, there's something new that's being born out of this situation, okay? And there's a need to trust each other because there's a lot of, I think this is very abundant, whatever this is, and it's has the ability to be successful, right? If you're willing to make it work, okay? Let's see. All right, the next cards we have is the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. Like what I was just talking about, the success that's available in this situation, in this connection. I don't know what you guys are dredging up, but there's an opportunity not only, see, there it is again, not only to allow yourself to be freed in some type of way. I don't know if there might be, on one hand, what I'm getting is there might be a need to apologize. I don't know if there's some friction in this or something that needs to be made right or rectified. That's the first thing I'm getting, because the potential of it could be long term if the maturity is brought into the situation. If there's maturity brought into the situation, that means we are willing to be accountable and responsible, right, for ourselves and our actions. The second thing that I'm getting for someone is that there is such potential waiting to be born here. With the Nine of Wands, it's like all of these ideas that's in the background waiting to be experienced, waiting to be brought to the table. And so there's this potential here. The Empress gives that energy, potential success, right? Options. is coming up too. Good fortune. Like there's so many ways that this can turn into something not only beautiful, something very fortunate, right? Something long lasting, something that can actually solidify the future in a beautiful way. And as I was saying, if someone is pregnant, I don't know why I'm getting that. It may relate to maybe one or two people. I see this being something long term. See how he's holding the grandbaby? That talks about generations. And the fact that it's surrounded by pinnacles, this is health, healthy family. This is abundance, being passed from one generation to the next. Like this has the potential to turn into something really beautiful. And it all starts with you, right? You get the ability to cultivate this energy. And what I'm really hearing, if you're somebody that's young, like this starts with you taking right now seriously. In order for you to get to the place where you're able to hand down these things, you have to do the work now, right? You have to start investing now, because investments really work for those that have time on their hands. Time is the element that makes the investment work. And so you may have an opportunity to start investing, to start building your future, your nest egg, whatever that is. This might be an indication of an opportunity to realize all these different opportunities you have. The key element is maturity and responsibility. That may be what is coming through here. And so if you are someone that is about to bring in another generation, Spirit may be saying this is an opportunity to get serious and to start really implementing some things that's going to be beneficial in the long run. Okay. What else, Spirit? Yeah, Page of Pentacles. This is the beginning. This is an opportunity to begin something, to start something, to start building something. For some of you, this could be not love, but this could be like some type of business venture that you are entering into this person with. And even with business ventures, it's the same principles as if you were building a life with somebody. You have to be able to trust them. You have to have a sense of integrity. You have to know this person and, know them for who they are, their character, because basically you are putting your reputation on the line. And so it's the same, type of advice if you are going into business with someone. I do feel like you could be meeting someone through work, getting with someone through work and developing this type of relationship, Libra. This could be something like a new job, not necessarily romantic. I'm getting a lot of practical energy here with this Page of Pentacles. And this requires, though, for you to get serious, like I was saying, maybe even do some studying, some reading. Maybe that's what you're doing, right? Some studying, some reading, getting business knowledge, equipping yourself, maybe even taking classes of some kind. This could have something to do with healthcare as well. So you could work in that field, in the field of healthcare. You can work in business practice. You could be going to school to study something. Like, it's so random. It could be any of these things, but I'm also feeling family growth as well. Okay. But Spirit is saying that this is already underway, or you should already be thinking in these terms to start building. Okay. Maybe Spirit has been talking to you about going back to school, or going into open up your own business, your own healthcare business, or your own financial business. Maybe you're already doing this, and it's, Spirit is saying that there's more work that needs to be done so that you know what you're doing, you know what to expect. And then the Two of Wands. I feel like there's a decision that you're making right now. This could find you in a headspace of having really, deep conversations with yourself about what your next move should be in terms of this relationship. It feels like you are looking to build a rewarding relationship, right? That's what this whole reading is about. This woman who carries really good energy, good intentions, very abundant energy, like she adds value to wherever she's placed. And this whole reading is about that. And maybe even follow some guidance. She could be giving you some guidance, or you may need to seek some counsel or guidance on how to navigate this. I don't know. The Two of Wands places you in a position of making some kind of decision or needing to do something to move forward quickly. Two of Wands is like in the next couple of days, like you need to move and make the move on what you're being guided to do right now. Okay. For Libra, yeah, I feel like you are going to get clear on what the next move is, on what you need to do. The Ace of Swords is about truth being revealed, understanding, clarity coming in, and letting you know exactly what you need to know. Maybe it needs to be a little bit of inspiration. Maybe this is the message letting you know to take this seriously. This could also be that new business that you're opening up, ideas coming in for that, some new job that you are seeking. There's clarity coming in around what's possible. There is a need to rise above adversity. I do feel that coming in when it comes to the connection or the relationship. There's possibly some healing available here in the near future that will need to be embraced. Okay. Let's see. The Magician comes out in the past. What worked in the past, may not be an option. And I feel like this may be around not necessarily feeling comfortable to show up in your authentic self. The Magician can be a little bit of a trickster sometimes, but it's time to get serious and like do the work. Sometimes shortcuts can be beneficial. In this setting, in this situation, I don't feel like that's an option, because you might mess around and play yourself out of the best opportunity that you have. I feel like Spirit is saying in the past, you could have, did some things to get around doing it right. The Magician can be, like I was saying, a little bit of a trickster, a dabbler, think of it as, magic tricks. It's like dipping and dodging, slipping and sliding. But moving forward, I feel like that's not going to work. There needs to be a sense of trust and urgency to step in and do the work. That's the other option the Magician brings in, is the fact that you have been able to maintain, the level of requirement for the work being done. You may have done it very easily. That brought you to this point. The Magician also talks about being very equipped, being able to use what you have to get what it is that you need or what you want, being able to work through any kind of situation and make it work for you. So either one of those, you choose, okay? But it does talk about being able to step into this sense of being ready to do the work for real, okay? However that plays, that's where we are right now. Let me see here. What else for Libra? You're being seen right now as a hard worker. Like you could be someone who's working a couple of different jobs, or has worked several jobs, has carried a load, maybe even carried other people's loads. You could be someone who tends to do more than is required of you. You're being looked at as a hard worker, right? As someone who is very supportive of those that they are in connection with. You're not someone who would leave the work for someone else to do, right? I don't feel like I'm talking to someone who is avoidant or lazy when it comes to work or getting things done. This may be speaking more to how you do it, building your foundation, sure, right? And so you may have been someone who is willing to carry the brunt of the load, and you're being seen as very hardworking, maybe even overworking at some point in time, right? Burned out often because of your ability to carry heavy workloads, but you're being seen as a hard worker right now. I do see a lot of happiness coming towards you right now at this moment. This moment could present a lot of happiness for you. I feel like you're being fulfilled in what you have at your immediate disposal right now. You're getting a lot of joy out of that, Libra. Things may feel really balanced, really happy. The 10 of Cups is like at the height of your enjoyment. You could be surrounded by people that really have your best interest at heart, loving connections, joyful friendships, relationships. I feel like it's very balanced. The love that you're pouring in, I feel like is being reciprocated by those that you are connected to. With your job or this business, whatever you're doing of your own accord is very rewarding, is giving you a lot of opportunity for success and actually affording you some respect too for doing this. Let's see. And there's something about that choice that's waiting on you to step into, I feel like the realness of this situation and not just float on the surface of it. Like we need to get to the heart of the issue and deal with it before this thing moves forward. There may be things that you're pretending not to see, issues that may need to be placed on the table and just talked about openly, or issues that you need to deal with openly within yourself, right? And not ignore it, pretend like it's not there. There may be something you are avoiding. And this may be a necessary pause so that you can get balanced and your thinking can get back to where it needs to be. I feel like there's a heavy level of thought around what you need to do, around your situation. There is also a heavy need for you to actually trust yourself and trust your own wisdom. Trust your ideas, right? There's a heavy need to trust yourself, Libra. I'm feeling that coming through here. Yeah. This may be a moment where you need to you may be the one that needs to take a little vacay, take a little time to yourself to go out and think and get your thoughts together and pour back into yourself. This may end up being, why is it doing that? Ugh. I hate when it does that. This may end up being something where you may end up taking the vacation or, taking a little time to yourself, a much needed sabbatical, disappearing for a while just to go take care of your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, your spiritual health. Again, as I was saying, that's okay. You can only bring your best self back once you take care of yourself. And if there is good boundaries in place, if there's a level of respect, the other person understands that too, because I'm sure they have moments where they need that too. This is your moment to do that for you. This may be as a result of you overworking yourself in some type of way. It's time for you to pour back into yourself and replenish all that you've given out. Okay. I do want to go back and clarify why you're being seen as the 9 of Wands. Why are people seeing Libra as the 9 of Wands? You got to take care of yourself, babe. You got to. Okay. You have to be in good shape to even benefit from what it is that you're working so hard for. What good is it to work yourself to the bone and not even be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor? You have to take care of yourself, right? Clarifying how you're being seen in the 10 of Wands. We have the 3 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. The fact that you are a hard worker, Libra, brings a lot of attention to you, whether you realize it or not. People have separated you from the rest because of your intense commitment to whatever it is you put your mind to do. There's a separation there, first and foremost. And there is also the understanding of you wanting more, you wanting better, you wanting to expand. People see you kind of like, what do they call it? I'm thinking of the right word, ambitious. That's the word, very ambitious. People see you as ambitious, Libra. And that's why they're seeing you in the 10 of Wands, this hard worker. But also the work kind of has another point to it, almost like you feeling like you don't have any other option but to prove. And that comes out in your overworking, right? It's almost like people think you're trying to prove yourself. And so understand that the fact that you work hard is enough proof. But hopefully you're doing it with the intention of understanding that this is what I want to do. I'm not trying to prove a point. I'm not competing. I'm not trying to, you also may be able to, you also may be being seen as trying to get out of some type of situation that you feel stuck in. That's how people are perceiving you in the Ten of Wands. But they're seeing you as a hard worker, and that pulls in a lot of attention. Yeah. And I feel like for some of you, this is very attractive. There's something about that that draws in other kinds of attention as well. The fact that you are a hard worker. Like there are people that may be attracted to you because of your hard work as well. Always busy, energetic, creative, and seeing you as loving what you do. And so there's different, reasons why people are seeing you in this Ten of Wands. Now, what you don't see on the bottom is the King of Cups. You may be in this energy, the King of Cups. You may not even see yourself as this energy, which is a very beautiful energy. How do you see yourself, Libra? Because the King of Cups is very secure inwardly in who they are, right? So secure that they set standards. There's a sense of authenticity. The King of Cups really honors within himself. And no matter how anybody else is seeing or thinking about them, they step in with this really heavy sense of authenticity of who they are, very balanced emotionally, very connected, loving, very open and receptive, even carrying a bit of wisdom as well. Maybe even more mature than you actually realize. This is unconscious energy that you carry, Libra. And I know the Queen and the Kings can sometimes get us trapped in this gender role situation, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. If you're a feminine, you could carry masculine energy, very caring, very assertive energy. And as a man, you could also carry Queen of Wands energy, a very attractive energy, very nurturing, but busy, energetic, gets the job done, very fluid, can get in any situation and do it, and so we're just talking about energy. And so what you don't see is you actually carry a very mature energy. You just have to embrace that and accept that. You may feel insecure about very good qualities that you have. And one of the things that we have to realize, especially with the King of Cups, like how other people see us is not our issue. That's their issue that they need to work through. Whatever that is, like the fact that you show up in such a hardworking, mature, you may not even get sucked into the little mind games that people try to play. They get jealous of that. They may be intimidated by that, especially if you are someone that's young, and so don't let people despise you for these good qualities that you have. When you treat a person good and they pay you dust in return, that just means that that's not your person. That's not the type of person that you need to invest in, right? And so people teach you how to treat them. Believe them when they show you, Libra. I do have a couple of messages for you. The first one says, I already know how to speak to my people. My people just get me. What did I just say? What did I just say? Your people will get you. And if they don't get you, then they're not your people. Do not waste a minute of your time trying to prove yourself to people that are not worthy of your efforts. Okay? Because your people get you and they hear you loud and clear. And then it says, now is the perfect time. Whatever you're being guided to do right now, it is now that it needs to be done. I did get a sense of urgency here with the Two of Swords and the Two of Wands about kind of what needs to be done. I don't know if something needs to be made right. I don't know if you need to just step into your authenticity and trust yourself and move, move with confidence. Whatever you're being called to do in this moment for your next step, stop thinking about it and just do it. Okay, that's what I'm getting for you, Libra. Thank you for stopping by. It is always, always a blessing. Libra is one of my signs that I feel like get me. And so I really do hope the best for you, Libra. And I'm sending all good energy to my Libras. Okay. You may have Libra deep in your chart. You may be, a Libra by sign, by your birth date, however that falls out for you. The major placements in your birth chart may be sun, moon, rising. It could be Venus. Those could be major influences in your birth chart. This could resonate for you. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time, Libra. My name's Leticia, and the channel is Blood Moon Oracle. All right, bye. All right, Aquarius, welcome. I had to take a little break for a second, but I'm back. We're going to take a look at the energy for you right now, Aquarius. Like, share, comment, subscribe. My name is Leticia. The station is Blood Moon Oracle. And let's see what we have for you, Aquarius. Fan, I, dog. All right, Aquarius, fan, I, dog. So it feels like you might be, first of all, you might be being watched by somebody. I don't know if you know this or not. Somebody is watching you very closely. They may not be saying anything. I don't want to say it's necessarily envy, but it seems like a fan of some kind. Maybe they are impressed by you. I don't know if they're a little intimidated, the reason why they haven't said anything, but you may be being watched. Yeah. But, not to instill any fear, right? It's just to let you know that, you have a fan. You have someone that may, find some deep interest in you, that has their eye on you. But I do sense a time of romance for some of you. This may be somebody that's interested in you romantically. I sense this is a good time for you for that. Also, this is a time for you for celebrations and parties. I don't know if you'll be attending some type of celebration or party, or if that's something you have just attended. That may be where you made this connection with this person who may have looked you up, I'm hearing, and searched your social media handles. But there's something here about that. Also, you may feel, I don't know if you've been getting like a feeling like, sometimes you just get a feeling like you're being watched and you look around and you don't see anybody, right? So you may be getting a feeling like you're being watched. For those of you that are tapped in spiritually, there could be those that are like looking in on you, possibly getting readings or something like that, I'm hearing. So there's a need right now. If you get that feeling, there may in fact be like someone, not to spook you or anything, but just follow your intuition. Whatever that's telling you at any point in time, don't brush it off, is what this is letting you know. Follow it for all intents and purposes, Aquarius. But also know that you are very protected. Okay. Like I was saying, not trying to instill fear. I get a sense like you're very protected. Dog lets you know that you have a powerful friend or someone that is on your side, guarding you, covering you in some type of way. But Spirit definitely wants you to know this right now. I'm going to go ahead and pull what's the vibe for you. Yeah, listen. Come on. What did I say? And I just pull these randomly. I don't know what's coming out, Aquarius. I really don't. Envy. So it is envy. I didn't want to just say that outright because I was like, I don't know the intents of this person. This is someone who may be feeling a little bit resentful. They may feel like they're your competition, Aquarius, or this could be someone who may be a little discontent with their situation. And so they're peering over to see what you're doing. I don't know what this is about. That is coming out. Shattered comes out as well. This person may feel a little bit, discouraged as the energy that I'm getting. There may be something that's not really going right for them. And I don't know if they're blaming you or if they're looking at you. Maybe you're successful at what they tried that didn't go right, but there's something about this envy, this energy of resentment, maybe around you being celebrated in some type of way. This person or whatever this energy is dealing with their own stuff. I feel like has little to do with you. I don't see anything here. We will get some tarot to see what else comes out, but it may have little to do with you. Sometimes we, by all means, we try to avoid drama. I know I do. Listen, keep the drama over there. Like, I've worked really hard to work through my own issues and still working through my issues. I don't have the bandwidth to take on anybody else's issues. I really don't. Whatever this person is doing, it's almost like they want to involve you in some type of way. And it could be in the capacity of making you partly responsible for their outcome. There may be something that they see as going right or successful for you, and they're trying to tap in to pull you in to be accountable in some type of way for their outcome as well. I don't know, but it's just something very convoluted about it. You may not even be aware of this person's intention. You may have some inkling of it. And spirit is letting you know to follow your intuition. 9 times out of 10, you're right, what you're feeling. And sometimes we hate to believe the worst about people. In this case, spirit is saying, follow your intuition and protect yourself, guard yourself. Understand that you are protected. I feel like you have people around you, or you are covered by people in a way that safeguards you, from what this person may try to do or is trying to do. But trust your intuition. I feel like you may know partly or have this feeling, this eerie feeling, right? Like you're being watched, or there's something awry, right? Trust it. Let's get some tarot. What messages do you have for Aquarius? I hope you are well besides that, Aquarius. Like, I tell you, it's always something, ain't it? We have the Queen of Cups. You minded your own business. That pays you. Loving on yourself. You could be on vacation. You could be, in a position in your personal life where you're really enjoying it. Your personal relationships, your love life could be brimming and good. You are really enjoying and being in your own energy. I do feel like you are someone, though, that is kind of like, what I'm feeling is you're someone who is a direct resource for other people. People may come to you for guidance, for leadership. They may tap into you for direction, right? You feel like you are a source of some kind for people to tap into or to go through. You may hold some type of leadership position, Aquarius, that causes you to have to be fluid, intuitive, empathic, empathetic. That's what I just said. The Queen of Cups gives that energy. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a woman, but there's some characteristics with who you are or the capacity that you're standing in right now that gives you these types of qualities to do what you're doing. Okay. In a very healthy place right now. I do see that. What else for Aquarius? But there's something about where you are right now, the situation or the environment, that it might feel a little stressful or tense. Yeah. And this could not be you. It could be someone else, is what I meant to say. This could be someone else in your environment that's feeling this way. Maybe about the attention that you get, or the success that you're experiencing right now on your path. Someone has taken their eyes off of their path and zoned in on you, like it's going to help them on their path, right? Make it make sense. But there's a little bit of tension in the environment. I'm feeling that. And it has little to do with you. You may not directly know it, but you can feel it. But hey, that's neither here nor there. This is an opportunity for you to shine even more with the King of Wands coming out. Don't let that stop you from being your effective self, right? The King of Wands is very effective, very passionately driven with what he does, right? He doesn't just do things just because, but there's usually some backstory that supports and drives that passion. It's, purpose driven with the King of Wands. Very inspirational, very optimistic energy, and so loves to take new opportunities and I feel like right now may provide a lot of opportunities for you to be clear on where it is that you want to go next. Apart from the energy that's around you, I feel like you're on a whole different frequency, Aquarius. That's why you're not really paying attention, because you're on a whole different frequency. And there is opportunity to even advance in your leadership as well. You may be planning for your future and not even paying this any mind. I don't blame you. This is definitely a time, I feel like, where you've already decided to move. I'm hearing shaking and baking, like you're making major moves right now. I have the Eight of Cups and the star that comes out that just further reiterates that energy. The Eight of Cups is all about moving up to higher levels, maxing out the capacity with where you are. Like, it's time to move forward. There's things to do, challenges to meet, spaces to conquer. I'm hearing for you with that King of Wands. You love a challenge. Yeah, that's exciting to you. And so the Eight of Cups is like you've already embarked upon this energy and is moving forward. You're in the process of moving forward right now. The Star is also a successful card. You could be someone who is very motivational, goal driven, right? As soon as you meet one goal, you're already on to the next, just to keep yourself growing and moving forward. I do feel a sense of being tapped in. For some of you, this could be being on the path to something that you have wished for or asked for, right? In the long term process of reaching a major goal, we're talking about a goal that you may have planned 20, 30 years out, but on the way, you're meeting small goals on the way. And so there's some step that you've made, some major advancement that you just made towards a long-term goal. Spirit wants you to know that you're right on track, Aquarius. Keep going. What you don't realize, for some of you, there is love on the way. Now, if you are already married or in a relationship, a committed relationship, this may not apply to you. If you're not, there may be love headed your way. This is something that you may not know of currently. Let me see. Time-wise, when we look at the Lovers, let me see what the time frame might be for the Lovers. But this is going to be a very divinely guided relationship or connection that's coming upon you. The Lovers. I'm just looking to see for the Lovers. Yeah, you might be right in it right now, because this is around the time of spring. When we look at the Lovers, May to June. So you may be meeting someone and you may not even really know that that's your soulmate, divine connection. And it comes across as something very innocent. So this could be someone that you meet as friends, right? You don't even necessarily realize that that's who is going to end up being a significant part of your life. Maybe that has something to do with what's happening here. The fact that you are having so much success and good karma coming your way. It is turning people green, Aquarius. Green with envy. Nevertheless, I digress. Let's keep going. So ahead of you will be things to be very careful. You may have lots of opportunities being given here, maybe lots of options that open up to you because of all of this success that you're experiencing, but not all these opportunities are good. And so this bids you to be careful, choose wisely. It's not about just having a bunch of choices, but this is choosing from a soul level, Aquarius. Like being really careful about what you're choosing, being very skeptical about it too, okay? Making sure that it aligns with what you want. And so I just lost my train of thought because I had to take a moment to speak to someone. Let's keep going. I'm sorry if I just completely cut it off. I forgot what I was saying. In the near future, there's something coming that you may not necessarily realize is going to be a part of your journey soon here. And it may have something to do with a divine connection. Let's keep going for Aquarius. Oh, and the need to choose wisely was what I was saying. It just came back. You know that saying, not all money is good money? The idea behind that is like, when you understand money, money has a root, and that root bears fruit. And so just because you're being offered money doesn't mean that it's actually going to bear good fruit or be fruitful or cause you to be abundant. If that money was gained illegally, or if it was gained by some other dishonest means, it actually doesn't hold any value. So in the like, using that as an example, when you go to choose, there may be a need to choose carefully, to look at your choices closely, to make sure that you understand what it is that you're receiving or accepting, and if it's actually going to align with what you are trying to do, right? You may be receiving a lot of offers coming up here. You may also right now have turned down a lot of people or having to deal with a lot of requests coming your way. You may have to make yourself scarce in some situations or say no. You know, you may have to make sure that you're setting intentional boundaries with what you're willing and what you're not willing to do. So it's just not as simple as, ooh, I'm popping, you know, I'm popular, I'm desired, I'm, you know, in demand. It's more than that for you. Okay. With this 7 of Cups, because I'm going to tell you why. When you look at the 7 of Cups, not all of them present something good. There's one that has a snake in it. There's one that has some kind of alien looking thing in it, right? And so not all of them are going to be something good that ends up resulting from it, is what this card is saying. You may need to even hold back on your own desires. This is a time to assess why you want what you want or why you're accepting this. You know, that's part of this as well, where you need to be careful is look at your own intentions. Okay. There's something about disappointment in the past. It could have been around some type of argument or fallout, or maybe, you know, just not having the type of experiences that's desired. And maybe it just ended badly. You know, you may have lost trust, you know, in some type of way, or you may have gone through a season of unhappiness as a result. You know, this could be with relationships. This could be with your job, your work. It could just be life in general with your own, you know, life experiences. I do see some level of disappointment that you have experienced in the past around something, being disappointed. The Knight of Swords. I feel like right now you are on the move. You may be being seen as being in transition right now. For some of you, it could be just coming out of a relationship. Someone sees you exiting some type of connection or relationship in transition of some kind. You could be being seen as being very focused, studying, working with finances in some type of way, or having some type of shift in your position or your job title or where you work. There's some change that you're being seen through. You're being seen as being in transition of some kind, whatever that is. You're not where you were the last time people saw you, but you're not really where you're going yet. You're in transition to it. So if they're envious now, just wait until you get where you're going, Aquarius. Just wait. Prepare yourself. That's why the 7 of Cups is coming out for you to be careful what you're inviting in. What else for Aquarius? I don't know who this is for. Yep, 7 of Wands comes out, which is the stance of guarding yourself. And I like to look at this as someone who, this is the energy that you need to prepare for right now. There are things to guard against. When I think of this energy, I think of someone who has worked and done the work to climb up from where they were to get to where they are. It hasn't been easy. Like, you did the work to get there. And not only that, you may be looking back, seeing people that are working to get where you are, where you have managed to bring yourself, and you've worked real hard to accomplish. Those people that are trying to get to where you are would love to take your spot. They would love to. Matter of fact, that might be on their list of things to do. Take your spot. And so from your stance right now, you are needing to guard your space, to guard what you've worked for. Don't let just people come in and play with what you've created for yourself, right? You may need to stand your ground, right? Even with people that think they have some level of influence to do it, right? No, you may need to take courage and stand your ground, and possibly even say no when you need to and not feel guilty about it, right? When I get this Seven of Wands, it's usually dealing with ego of some kind, and it may not be yours. You may be having to battle egos, right? It's like, how did you get that? You know, and I've been working to get that. How did you get that? Or how are you so successful and abundant, and people are just, you know, taken to you like that? When I've worked so hard to try to get there, I feel like I've worked harder than you. I should have that spot, right? I should be able to do that. I should have the influence that you have. I should be standing up there, not you. That's how people may be looking at you right now. And so right now, start building your boundaries. If you have not, they may need to increase. You may need to make yourself a little bit more scarce, right? As a person who is a leader, it is really a balancing act. So if you understand what I'm saying, you already know it's a balancing act. It really is. And so there's something about that right now. You need to embrace this energy right now. Okay. At the end of the day, what we all want is happiness, joy, peace, love, contentment, you know, all of those things that we desire to have, whatever that is for you, right? It's different for each of us. I hate when the light does that. It hadn't been doing that for a while. I'm not sure why it's doing it all of a sudden, the light getting dark and dim. But the 10 of Cups is all about what it is that you could be desiring right now. You could be desiring to have a full unit, like just happiness within your family, a very stable and thriving home life, you know, whatever that looks like for you. You just want to be able to exist in your daily life happily, right? I do see a lot of rewards that you desire when it comes to your work or how you make your money. It may not be the typical work, like the 9 to 5. It could be your business that you're running, you know, whatever it is that you do. You just desire to have a level of achievement and to be honored and respected for what you do. And you do it well, right? I can see that in the energy. You do it well. And you want to be successful, as we all do. Okay. That's the end goal for you. And it's yet to be seen with the moon. The outcome is yet to be seen. And I feel like that's because it's going to end better than you anticipate. Being that you're in transition, you also may be also altering your end goal right now as well, right? It's like, have I been thinking too small? I didn't even realize something like this could be possible. Whatever this is that you have just leveled up for with that 8 of Cups, you're reaching higher than where you were. Whatever that is has just changed the whole outcome of your end point, your end game. It's yet to be known what that is, right? You may be leveling up on your goals right now, but I feel like you're very excited about it. It's a time of high emotions. I think we're in the new moon right now too. This might be a perfect time to manifest as well. If you do that, right, that's for a specific few. This is a time to dream. You could be having dreams, getting information out of your dreams. And this is a time to be really connected with yourself. Listen to your intuition. Again, is coming out. That came out a few times here. That's so important. Whatever it's saying right now is very important. Do not brush it off. Okay. especially as it pertains to work and progress. I just want to go back and clarify why you're being seen as the Knight of Swords. Why is Aquarius being seen as the Knight of Swords? Okay. Okay. Listen. Yes. Yes. Aquarius, keep doing it. Keep doing it. You are doing it well. You are on fire. I have the Queen of Swords, the Empress, and the Ten of Pentacles. So you're leveling up in every area of your life. With the Queen of Swords, I'm getting, you could be someone who really believes in the process. That might be where your gold lies, is in the developing a process, like your mental. You may believe in or use the terms around having ownership of your processes. So you could be doing something where you develop things mentally. You may be developing some type of process or some type of skill that's going to be helpful, that's going to help people think a certain way, right? The Knight of Swords is actually moving forward and shifting into something greater. This may be part of that shift for you. It's all about knowing. It's all about details. It's all about processes, right? Information, intelligence, education. There's something about that. And so you're being seen as the Knight of Swords, which is carrying something. The Knight of Swords is not necessarily just a starter, hasn't reached the end point, but it's in the process of reaching something, which is very big and very professional, right? And you're being seen as creating this, something very huge. The Empress brings out the energy of creation as well. Yeah, something about being very attractive right now, drawing in during this process, having lots of good fortune around you during this making of this. You've accumulated a lot of good karma that's coming towards you. So you're being seen as somebody that really is in the right place at the right time, is what I feel. To, whatever it is going to be lucrative and secure some things when it comes to your future. It may even have a lot to do with leaving a legacy of some kind, wealth building, inheritance, family. So this is something that is not only going to be beneficial for you, but you're being seen as creating something like a legacy for your family, what you're doing. And so you're being seen in the Knight of Swords, which says that you are in the process. You're transitioning into this greater expansion of what you started at one point in time. You're leveling up, okay? So I do have one last message for you coming out here, Aquarius. It says, I am more committed to my work in this world than my fears, okay? I'm more committed to my work in this world than my fears. I get that. There's nothing to fear but fear. And even if you are fearful, I've learned to do it afraid. Like, I no longer allow fear to hold me back. If I have to say it, I'll say it, even if my voice is shaking. If I have to do it, I'll do it, even with my knees knocking. Listen, if it has to be done, if you feel like you have been called to do it, you have to do it. And if you're afraid, that's okay. Do it afraid. I feel like you're someone who takes that stance. And as I got in the message here, you're also someone who loves a challenge. So you may be inspired by things that causes you to be a little intimidated. It's like, oh, this is going to be good. It's got me kind of shaking a little bit. You may be inspired by challenges like that. I feel like whoever you are, that might align with your way of thinking when it comes to motivation and inspiring yourself, being committed to what you're called to do and letting nothing hold you back, not even your own fear. And then I am an excellent steward of money. So for someone, money, the energy of money came out a couple of times here. That might be the fact that you work with money. With that Knight of Swords is someone who may work with finances in some type of way. And being that you work with money, you are a product of your studies. It's like, how can I not be good with money when I teach money, right? So if you are someone who works with money, this is, and you're Aquarius or have some Aquarius placements in your birth chart, sun, moon, rising, Venus, some major placement, this could definitely resonate. Money could be part of this level up for you. That's going well. It is going really well because it has people, whenever you draw envy and all this different kind of stuff, people watching you, and it's like, what do you want? What is the intentions? You must be doing well. So there's something that you're doing well, Aquarius. Keep doing it. Keep your head up or down, just stay out of the mix of drama. This might be a time where it's easy to get caught up in that type of stuff, especially with this type of energy floating around you. But keep doing what you're doing because it's working for you. Okay. And don't forget to follow your intuition. That's absolutely important at this point in the game. Okay. Aquarius, that was for you. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Leticia. Blood Moon Oracle is the channel. Let me know if it resonates. Does this sound familiar to you? We'll see you next time. Be careful. Okay. Choose wisely. Hi, Gemini. Hi, welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. It's always a pleasure to read for you. My name is Leticia. The channel is Blood Moon Oracle. Today, Gemini, we're taking a look at the energy coming out for the air signs. And first we had Libra. We just did Aquarius, and you are next. Like, share, comment, subscribe. If you're new, welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. If you like this type of content, hit the bell so you'll be notified when I post again, okay? Lots of things to take a look at on the channel. So let's see what you have, Gemini. So first we have Dagger. Sure. And Purse. Ooh, somebody better be careful. I'm getting that immediately. Somebody needs to watch their purse, watch their bank account, watch their money. There's some fear around, maybe you feel like you need to watch your stuff. The circumstances right now, there's someone around that presents some level of instability or something that makes you clutch your purse. This person may be somebody that you can't trust. It's not the type of person that you would leave something valuable in the room with, unfortunately. Maybe you're around people that you don't know that well or will be. I'm just getting that energy, like a fear of losing money by way of someone stealing it. Yeah, there's some worry about that right now. And so this might be a time to make sure you count your change when you leave and make sure it's right. Nobody's skimming off of the top. Make sure nobody has access to get to your banking account. You may need to change your username and your password for your login. Like, you may need to go and call credit bureaus, put a stamp on your credit right now and freeze it. I don't know. There's something here about that may present some danger, of loss of finances by way of someone else. And so there's a need to pay attention coming through here for you, Gemini. All right. Boundaries comes out for you. This could also be just needing to set boundaries with someone. It could be someone that's trying to get close to you or is already close to you. Masked is coming out. And you know who got this as well? Libra got these two same cards. I don't know if this could be someone with Libran energy. I don't know. But this might be someone who has proven themselves to not be trustworthy. This might be someone who has crossed boundaries many times before. And you need to draw a line. Enough is enough. Even if this person tries to pretend like they're, not who they used to be. Maybe this is someone new that you just met that's pretending to be something that they're not, when really they are a liability. Okay. They are a liability is what Spirit is saying. So you need to protect yourself and your belongings, protect your finances and your money. This is not somebody to leave your ID around, your social security, letters, right? Protect yourself, protect your information, right? Stuff that could lead to someone getting into your finances. Okay. That's just what I'm getting. You may be feeling that too. But what's coming out for Gemini today? Other than the need to protect and guard against theft. All right. Some truth that came out that you are aware of right now. The Ace of Swords, some information that just came in that gave you some sense of clarity of what is possible, whether that's good or it might not be so good. There's some level of truth that you are received, that you have, received, and you're standing in right now. That's giving you a leeway to stand against this. It's giving you a little bit of heads up about what's going on with your situation, the need to guard what you have. That might be what's coming in. This Ace of Swords might also present an opportunity for healing as well. This information could place you in a position to help healing for someone or to help someone. Yeah. Let's see what else comes out for Gemini. Don't ignore it. Like whatever it is, this is being revealed to you because you may be someone that's able to help in the situation. Maybe you're a trusted source. Maybe you're the only one that's close enough to help. Maybe this person feels the safest with you, right? Whatever it is, right? There's something that you know, Gemini, some information you've been given that places you in a position to either protect yourself or maybe intercede for someone, intervene. Right now, the situation is very heavy. There may be a lot going on. It may be really busy, emotionally heavy and weighty. You may be feeling heavy about this right now. Like you can't really, for someone I'm hearing, you may be having a hard time breathing. Sometimes it has nothing to do with the environment or the air. It's like a trauma response in our bodies, right? When you take a deep breath in and you can only breathe so deep and it enters into a segment of pain when you get so deep, that's something maybe emotional or psychological. But there's some heaviness that I feel like is all around you. There's a heaviness around a situation that you could be dealing with right now. You may be carrying the weight, more weight than you should be at this point. Things may feel unfair, you know. You might even be on the verge of burnout too. So take care of yourself, Gemini. Don't let people run you into the ground or run you ragged. Sometimes you have to pull away, close your doors, say no, disconnect, like whatever you need to do to take care of your health. That's what's most important. Okay. Whatever the situation is, wherever you are right now, I feel like there's a lot going on. And you may feel a sense of heaviness when it comes to the responsibility that comes along with the situation that you are in right now. I feel like Spirit wants you not to lose your encouragement, your passion for life. This might be an opportunity for you to dream of something bigger, better, an improved situation, right? Spirit is giving you an opportunity to add, maybe revealing to you something so that you can ask for something more, ask for something better, improve your situation, right? Yeah. I feel like you're being guided to choose something different, which will open up an opportunity for several improvements for life, especially as you know, it pertains to what's not working. This is a moment to stop and think, like, what do I want my future to look like? Because this ain't it, right? If this is you, what is it that you want your future to look like? If this isn't it, this might be an opportunity for you to do that for yourself, okay? For Gemini. So I dropped a card. I'm just trying to pick it up with my toes. Okay, it's the Seven of Swords. Ooh. You may have found out this is something that has already taken place. Like someone may have stolen something from you. I'm getting that with this Seven of Swords. See how sneaky he looks? He looked like a bandit that just went into somebody's house and took some stuff. Either this has already taken place or Spirit is letting you know that somebody is planning to take from you and you need to guard your belongings. Yeah. Wow. With the Seven of Swords. Yeah. So either somebody has already taken from you, you just found this out, or you may need to guard. Someone may be looking to take from you. Planning. Yeah. What else? This might be about you pulling back right now and going and seeking for answers or guidance here. Hermit really talks about pulling back, pulling your energy back from places where it is right now. You may already be in this energy. If that is you right now, stay right there, right? There's some kind of risk right now that where if you're in hermit energy, it may be minimized. Um, but I feel like if it is you and you've just been, taken advantage of, or someone took something from you or stole something, this is why you have pulled back. And if you're not sure who that is, you need to be aware of, Spirit could be telling you it's time to pull back, right? And for those of you that this hasn't happened yet, let me see if I can get a time frame for this. Whoever this is will wait, right? I don't feel like it's something that we can put a time on. The Hermit coming out, this could be something that someone is waiting patiently, right? Waiting for the right time, the right opportunity. There is no specific date or time that they have put in place, but it's almost like opportunistic, waiting for the right time, the right place. And so you pulling back and securing your connections, securing your stuff will be helpful for you right now. Like, no need to wait to take action to protect yourself, okay? What else for Gemini? Yeah, I feel like someone's just kind of waiting patiently. And it doesn't mean that they're behind some corner. This could be somebody right in your face every day, waiting for you to slip. Temperance comes out. I do see a lot of healing coming towards you right now. You could be in a space right now where you are trying to just minimize the drama, like get yourself together, improve your life. Like, I see a lot of healing that you're drawing to yourself right with this temperance card, especially in the future. Feels like you may even have some kind of transformation where you're going to be transforming into a whole different you, a new and improved you, a you that have different values. I do see a lot of good things happening in your workplace, a lot of support, cooperation around what it is that you need to get done in your workplace. So that's good. It seems like your personal life is headed into a really good place. I think maybe it's time too, with that change of who you are, maybe even to change your group. Maybe the old group will no longer align with who you're becoming. That might be what sets people off, But I see a lot of healing, a lot of balance coming towards you. You taking what you have and really working with it to make it what it is that you want. Like, you'll be really focused here in the future on creating something that could be a certain lifestyle for yourself. I just see you healing and really focused here in the future. You just came out of, it looks like, a difficult place where you were undecided about something or someone. You may have gone into this deep introspection about making a decision of how to move forward. This person that, we're talking about that may not mean you good, may have been on the chopping block at one point in time. Maybe you gave them a little grace or spared them when you should have just cut them off. I don't know. There was something in the past that had you in a chokehold. You didn't know what to do. Why is the Two of Swords here in the past? Let me see. It was a difficult decision. Maybe this was someone that you all actually cut off, and this is them trying to come back. And okay, we have the Knight of Swords and the Four of Wands. That's why the Two of Swords is in the past. Yeah, there was some change that was made in the past, maybe towards a new community. You're with a new group of people, something like that. That's coming out in this reading for you, Gemini. There was some change that you made, some choice you made that may have shifted you to a different group or a different community. And maybe this was people that was supporting you. Maybe you shifted your focus to where the support was coming from, you know. But whatever this was, it was difficult. It's coming out in your reading. And it may have something to do with the warning in the beginning. Let's see. Gemini. You come out in your own reading. The Magician. They see you very highly as kind of the master of your craft. Whatever you do, they're seeing you in a very high light. People are right now, Gemini. Very strong. Very grounded in your beliefs. It's very aligned with yourself and how you move and operate. It's very aligned. Like they see you very powerful. People are looking at you right now and seeing that you have a lot going for yourself and you know what you're doing. People may trust you because they see the proof is in the pudding when they're looking at you. There's something that they're seeing that aligns with who you say you are. So people see you as very authentic, very talented and skilled, maybe even separate from the normal average person, right? Let's see. What else for Gemini? I do see in the immediate future, there's something coming in for you, Gemini, that may have something to do. I don't know if you are giving an offer. You're looking at someone and trying to figure out how to approach them. This could be someone thinking about you, trying to figure out how to approach you. There may be like a new relationship heading in for you, some type of new connection that's going to, you know, how connections sometimes start off and kind of have you in your feels at first till you get used to each other. Then it's just like, oh, okay. The butterflies leave, the thrills leave, whatever this is new. And it feels like it's going to have you on your feet, on your toes. For some of you, it doesn't have to be a relationship. This could be heading into some type of new project or heading in a different direction, a new venture that's going to be very exciting and allow you to maybe even tap into your creativity. Whatever it is that you do well, it's opening up a new opportunity to start something new. Okay. I see you doing that, Gemini. I don't know what that is, but it's something like you're hoping to be recognized with this Two of Pentacles, that all your work will not just be disregarded. I don't think it will. I just see you doing a lot, maybe even several different things at once, multitasking, sometimes even on the edge of burnout, you know, working maybe different jobs, hoping that someone sees you, like the hard work that you're doing. And I think they will. With the Two of Pentacles. For some of you, this could be the directions that you're moving into. You may end up moving in with someone or allowing someone to move in where you're sharing resources. This could also be what you don't want. For some of you, this is what you want. For others of you, you may not want to share your bank account with somebody. Like you may not want to be responsible, you know, for someone else's lifestyle, right? There may be a fight against this. For some of you, this is opening yourself to this. So you know how you feel. It could be either or. You may fear this and you may welcome it. You may have been waiting for this. Either way, I see you being really busy with your own life, doing several things at the same time, like you're about it, right? That also might be part of the warning, being that you're such a busy person. If you are opening up to allow someone to come stay with you, know who that is. Don't just be inviting randos just because they say they all that in a bag of chips. Make sure you understand who you are opening up your home to and your door to. Sometimes you can invite people in and you can't get them out, right? So be careful, Gemini. I see that coming out here. Let's see what else. I don't know about who this could be, but there's someone else that's coming and resurfacing from the past for you. There's someone from the past that's popping back up. Whoever this is, I think, is a trustworthy person. It's a trusted person who, as you think back, invites a lot of good memories for you, whoever this is. You may end up with someone that you tried to make it work with before, but it didn't work then because there's just so many things working against the relationship. Well, it may come back around, the opportunity, and you may end up, reassociating with this person. Whether this is the one that you need to watch out for or not, I don't know. I just see that there is someone coming back around. What you don't see is this, whatever this opportunity is, that whatever this venture, this passionate venture that you're opening up to is going to be abundant. You may be unsure how this is going to work out. This idea that you're about to pursue, depending on how far you're taking it, will depend on what all you get out of it. I see a lot available with this venture that you're open to. Coming out as the magician, you have everything you need to make this work. Yeah, and you're the right person to do it. I do want to go back and see why you're being seen as the magician by others. Why is Gemini being seen as the magician? This might be something that you just have a natural acclamation to, like a natural ability. You know how sometimes people are born like young, what do they call them? Prodigies. You just put them in front of piano. They've had like a couple of lessons and they start playing Chopin and what do they call it? All those classical musicians and writers, Chopin. What are some more? Tchaikovsky. All of that. You could be someone who, whatever this is that you do, Gemini, you've always had a natural bent towards it and a natural gift to do it. Like you don't have to try hard to do it. You've always been able to do it. And so the reason why they're seeing you as the magician right now, wow. Okay, this is what comes out. So I have the queen, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords. Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Swords. That's crazy. I'm not even going to say what I'm thinking. I'm not. It's like you use the abilities or the qualities. You're able to use the qualities in some type of way for someone that's watching, right? You are able to tap into the skills and the qualities that others hold, and you kind of harness. There might be some type of process that you use to do that that's not very enjoyable, right? So I'm like saying, like, for an example, say there's a person who is a trainer and they train people to box. Well, this trainer has techniques that will drive you to the edge of your abilities to help you to break through to your next level of your craft, and the trainer may train you to box, right? And his methods drive you to the edge to bring out that rare, brazen part of you that is just undefeated and won't stop, right? Until you do what you need to do. It's like you have some quality like that. Yeah, with this Three of Swords, but you use that in some type of way. I don't really like this energy. I'm going to be honest with you, for whoever that is, right? But on another note, you could be someone who has learned who you are through disappointments. You didn't let that stop you, and you allowed it to cause you to rise up to your own fullness and finding out who you are, and even, mastering your skills, maybe even alchemizing your pain and, becoming who you've always been meant to be. People see you at this level. Maybe they saw you at your lowest, but now they get to see you at your best, right? And so whoever you are, you use the negative aspects of the experience that you've gained to transmute that into becoming, right? And there's something about using who you are as a major part of what you do. Your identity is important here as to why people are seeing you as a magician. Yeah. Why are people seeing you as the magician? Yeah, for some of you, you may just use what you have, like really who you are to get what it is that you want, plain and simple. And you may have learned through what you've suffered, I don't see a lot of emotion out here, right? You may have turned that into a craft, right? Learning by what you've suffered. There's something about studying that, turning that into a craft and using it to come up. There may be a lot of controversy about who you are, who you present yourself as. I don't know what that is, Gemini. But my last message is circumstances have changed, and so have I. All right. So this could be, going back to that original message, like, be careful. Mm-mm. Waiting for the light to come back on. There we go. Not sure what's going on with that. It just started doing that. Circumstances have changed, and so have I. And so something has changed. Like someone may have changed how they feel about you. I don't know if you know that yet, but you need to move when they move, right? If they change, you need to change. That may be a model that you have now. Like, I'm going to mirror you. If you crazy, I'm going to be crazy too. If you being nasty, I know how to be nasty too. If you want to try to, clack your heels all over my feelings, listen, I know how to tap dance too, right? Circumstances have changed, and so do I. So I feel like there's something that lets you know something has changed. Someone may have changed how they feel about you. This is the information that you may have received, and you need to move when they move, however they move, right? So if they've already shown you that they changed, we're not going on old energy. I did get that Six of Cups, somebody from the past, memories from the past are very relevant to this reading. There's some relationship that came up in your reading that's rooted in the past. In the past, it was good energy. Whether it's good energy when they show back up, I don't know. Okay. That the past sometimes needs to be left in the past is what I'm getting. Not making a decision is also a decision. It's just the one where others get to decide for you. Decisions move mountains. Decisions release power. Decisions create freedom. So there's a decision you need to make here, Gemini. It might be a difficult one, but it's absolutely one that needs to be made. And I feel like you know what that is. Yeah. Things are not what they used to be. I feel like it's the major situation here. people change. And, sometimes we need to accept that and leave it right where it is. So there's some decisions that's going to be very important. Let me know how that resonates. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Leticia, and we will see you next time, Gemini. The channel is Blood Moon Oracle, and this is what came out for you. All right. Guard your stuff. That's all I can say. We'll see you next time, okay? Blood Moon Oracle here. Leticia is my name. Like, share, comment.
Change peace. Your gift to woman. It's the mix. One for the seeker of truth. See, not with the physical eye. The spiritual one.